Exclusive. World. Exclusive.
Exclusive. Adjective. Excluding or not admitting other things. Available to or accessible by a single person, group, or thing. Friends, before we get started, I just want to say I believe in you and your ability to dissect the truth and think critically. With this conference finally being over, there were so many misleading words and roundabout announcements that it was easy to lose the actual truth in this conference. So I'm going to try to help y'all break that down. First of all, I will give credit where it's due. Like spec-wise, the Xbox One X, which is the dumbest fucking name in the world, by the way, does have serious horsepower. It is the most powerful console. But the thing that concerns me is the liquid cooling in the system itself. Look up any liquid cooled PC or liquid cooled setup for PCs and look at how big those cases are. And you're telling me that you're gonna do that in not only a home console, but in the smallest version of the console that y'all have made, which isn't even really anything to be hype about because the Xbox has always been big as all fuck. So like the small Xbox One X would probably be around the size of a PS3 Slim. I guess, man, going. Like, I had plenty of game trailers downloaded, ready to talk about those, which none of them are exclusive, by the way. And that word was thrown around like a 4-year-old that just learned how to play Street Fighter, man. Like, everything, they said 42 games, all of which are exclusive. Exclusive means it's not available on any other platform. Windows 10 is a platform. That's y'all's platform. You're eating away at your own market. And then they use words like Xbox One and Windows 10 exclusive, or Xbox One console exclusive, or Xbox One console launch exclusive. What the fuck does that mean? All of these games come out at the same time for at least one other platform. Where's the exclusive? What games does the Xbox One X or the Xbox One S, for that matter, own that aren't Forza, Halo, and Gears? Like I said, they announced 42 titles, 4 of which are made by Microsoft themselves. So you have 38 other titles that have been outsourced to indie developers that you have no real hand in, but they've offered you either timed exclusivity or it's a multi-platform game. Because if a game is available on more than one platform, that makes it multi-plat, fam. This is not a hard concept to understand. But the bigger question that I want to tackle is, why doesn't Microsoft want to give the Xbox One owners any actual exclusives? You got the money, you got the developers. I mean, you bought Rare, but you refuse to use them. So why won't you spend some of your resources and give the Xbox One a reason to even exist? And I'll tell you why. It's not because they don't care. It's because it's not financially feasible for them to do that. The Xbox brand was profitable for one generation. It hit its sales goals for one generation with the Xbox 360. The Xbox lost out to the PS2. The Xbox One is currently in second place only because the Switch just recently launched 3 months ago. So once the Switch games start rolling out, it will take its rightful third place seat again. But the big issue is Sony has exclusives that aren't available on any other platform. They can do it. Nintendo has exclusives that aren't available on any other platform, so they can do it. So why can't Microsoft, having been around longer than both of those companies, I mean, granted, they just got into the gaming industry 16 years ago, but having been around longer than both of those companies, except Nintendo. Okay, Nintendo's been around since the 1800s. That's neither here nor there, though. But they have the resources, they have the funding to give you guys actual exclusives, but they won't do it because it's not profitable to them. And on top of that, like taking it a step further, this is the third Xbox that we have had in the past 4 years. Why the fuck do we have 3 versions of a console? Because if somebody can tell me what the Xbox One X does that the Xbox One S doesn't already do, I will pay you $10,000. Not really, I'm not gonna do that because I know y'all gonna be in the comments, it does true 4K and 4K gaming, like let me break off in a tangent for it. Because I feel like 4K is the buzzword this year, and I just so happen to work retail in the home theater department. So here's a quick resume on why that shit is not true 4K. In order to be true 4K, the content being displayed has to be shot and or available to be rendered in 4K. PC players have this because most of those games come with 4K upscale ability, so they're at least able to get around 1660. If you have a 4K console and a 4K TV, but your game on the disc is stuck at maxing out at 1080p, you are not gaming in 4K, alright? It's upscaled gaming, yes, but you're not gaming in 3840 by 2160p, which is true 4K resolution. And if Microsoft has somehow found a way to like actually develop, in-engine 4K games, then I will put my foot in my mouth at the end of this video. But until it's not 4K gaming. That's like putting a Mercedes engine in a Toyota Camry and saying that you're getting 700, 800 horsepower. You have cool stuff under the hood, but the rest of your car cannot capitalize on that because what you're running isn't as powerful as the rest of the entire system. All the pieces can be there, but if you don't have the core piece, then you spent the money for nothing. Like, just the amount of damage control that I've seen like after that conference is insane, man. Like, people are talking like, keep drinking the Kool-Aid, like that's fine, I'll be mad for you because I don't even own an Xbox, but this was ridiculous. Like, they literally said, hey, here's a new console, all of its content is also available on PC, which anybody that plays on PC knows that that's the best way to get the graphical resolution that you're looking for, as well as free online, as well as having access to the entire library of Xbox games on top of Steam, Valve, and Kingwin. So what is the point of spending another $500 after the Xbox One S has barely hit a year old? We're not even a full 4 years into this console generation and they're on their third console? Like, bruh, that shit just blows my mind, dude. Like, just for perspective, the NES first launched in 1985, I believe it was. The Super Nintendo launched in 1990, and the N64 launched in 1996. That's an 11-year gap. Same thing with the PlayStation brand. PS1 was 94, PS2 was 2000, PS3 was 2006. That's 12 years. The Xbox One came out in 2013. The One S at the end of 2015, and now we have the Xbox One X coming out at the end of this year. Hadn't even been a full 4 years since the original fucking Xbox One came out. Like, what is the point? Why are you buying into this? And I know this is a bit long-winded and I've repeated myself numerous times, but I just have to hammer the point home, fam. Like, some people are prepared to spend another $500 with no real evidence that this console is going to do anything better than their current console. They don't have any titles that are only available on the console, which is the reason that people make their choices anyway. So you're buying a new system purely based off the brand name. And another thing that I didn't even really touch on is like all the backwards compatibility. They're so pressed for backwards compatibility because they don't have any current gen compatibility. They don't offer you anything on this current generation that you can't get on the Windows 10 marketplace on a more powerful PC. That's why, hey, we're gonna add the original Xbox games, all 4 of them that like 8 people played that weren't multi-platform games. Like, no, it's not, you should not be that pressed to bring the older stuff to the current console when you're pushing the current console as the most powerful thing on the fucking market. I'm done, man. I can't with Microsoft. They want to sell you a new console for damn near $600 and they want to buy it. Why? There's no games.